Hello, everyone, and welcome to Technology in 21st Century Learning. If you're an undergraduate, this will be Education 380, and if you are a graduate student, this should be your Education 500 course. Just to give you a quick little intro, my name is Dr. Allen, and this is something that I'll probably be posting every week, not the specific video, but each week I will be putting up probably about a 10-minute video, kind of highlighting what we're doing for the week, the technology that we're using and such. For this week, I just thought it would be nice to put this up, one, for better or worse, to hear my voice, and two, just to kind of give you a welcome and a little further explanation of what's going on with the syllabus and our first small type of assignment that is due this week. So with no further ado, let's go ahead and move into what's going on with this course. First off, welcome. Again, my name is Dr. Allen. If you need to find me, I'm in Canudi 103E. Just to kind of give you some perspective, if you've ever been near Dr. Hannah or Dr. Johnson's office, not only near it, in it, my office is in that little annex right there. As you can see in the blue, those are my office hours. You are welcome to come by there anytime. Being an online class, if you are having problems, I would actually strongly suggest it because sometimes face-to-face is a lot better than even just emailing back and forth and such. If you do have a problem and you can't get in, please email. But if you can stop by, a lot of times we can solve the problems pretty quick. I'm on campus a lot, so therefore, those are 6 hours that are posted. You are welcome to swing by. If I'm in my office, I'll be more than glad to help you out with anything, or just fire me an email and we'll set up a time. But again, Canudi 103E, and those are my office hours, Dr. Allen. Before we get going into anything related to the course itself, I do want to make sure everyone knows this is an online-only class. Make sure that you log into Sakai every day and check your email every day just in case something would change or something gets posted. I will tell you the way that I set this class up is actually in weeks. Each week I will post the assignments, the due dates, the discussion boards, and things like that. For example, our first week is up. But it's still very, very important to check in every day just in case something changes. Take those 5 minutes and kind of look and make sure you're up to date on what's going on. But again, just to kind of jump back, when you log into Sakai, and I'm assuming everyone here that's in this class has been in Sakai at some point, you will see the toolbar or on the side, on the left-hand side, and everything that we need is already up that you need to click on. I won't say one's more important than the other, but if you look, there's a little book with numbers beside it on the tools. It says 1/3/20 through 1/19/20. I will be posting something like that up every week, and that's where what we're covering for the week's going to be posted. These little 10-minute videos of me talking will be posted. Links to the discussion board assignments, things like that will all be posted up under there. Of course, I also have the direct links for the assignments, as you can see right in the tool order, and the forums or the discussion boards are there, and the blogs. Those are all three things that you will definitely be using. If you don't want to go through the assignment or the number part, you can go there. But it's neither here nor there. Just make sure you're getting everything posted, or if you're having problems, contact me. And again, the ones that you're going to be using the most are forum, blog, assignments, and resources. Resources is where anything that's related to our videos, articles, tools, tutorials on how to use technology. It's all going to be underneath resources. So if you can't find it anywhere, there's a really good chance that it's posted somewhere underneath resources. So there you go. Welcome to the class. Just to kind of give you an overview of my personal goals for this course, they're kind of threefold. One, I want to introduce you to potential technology that you'll use in the classroom with your students. That's a natch. I mean, I'm sure some of you have been out in the field, and when you've done your observations, school districts are stressing technology in a major way, some more than others, but I want to introduce you some potential technology that you can use with your students, impress maybe administrators and teachers, and get out there and get hired right off the bat. Also, I want to introduce some technology that you as an educator can probably use. That might be planning, instructional, organizational type stuff. And the last thing we want to do is we want to talk about technology integration and making it a benefit in your classroom without it taking over the classroom. No matter what you're doing, my background is social studies. I used technology a lot when I was teaching social studies. but I wanted my class to still be a social studies class without it being a technology class. And I think that's a trickier thing than maybe a lot of people think it is, if that makes any sense. If you've been out in the field, you'll see a lot of times schools are stressing Chromebook use. Some schools have, I think, a better balance than others, without mentioning any names, but that's probably more of a teacher thing. But anyway, hopefully you get the point there. But that's our goals for this class. Technology for students, technology that you can use to help you plan and organize, and also how can we integrate that technology. For our first week, the major thing that you need to do is look over that syllabus. It's a lengthy syllabus, but mostly that's because there's a lot of alignments for our School of Education at Shepherd that need to be shown on there. Be sure you look over the assignments, office hours, emails, and the schedule. The schedule, I will make sure each week to post up on Sakai what's due that week and such. But I still think it's a very good idea for you to look over the schedule. Just check that syllabus out. It is already posted up on Sakai. It's under the syllabus tab, and actually I put it under week 1 also. For this class, it's going to go, you'll see it each week, so I'm just going to go ahead and highlight it. But most weeks there's going to be 3 things that are always due. This week is an exception. I will be the first to say that. But most weeks you will have some sort of assignment that's due related to technology. Most of them are not very large. Some are a little bigger than others, I will be the first to admit. But most I think you can do pretty simply. But you will do a technology related to something that you plan to do in the field, or a topic you plan to do in the field. And you'll send me that link, that program, or something. If you're having problems sending that technology, again, email me, stop by my office. Any of that thing. If we were really desperate, you can stop by the office and you can show me the tech. That all works. I just want to make sure that you can use the tech. There are also, if you will see, there's no assigned readings for, there are assigned readings. There's no assigned textbooks for this class. The readings are actually posted on Sakai. I have them posted both under these weekly assignments, and I will have them posted directly under the discussion forums. You're just going to read and you're going to respond. The major thing that I want you to kind of think about is quality over quantity. I think 200 to 300 words is fine for the discussion post. You don't have to write a novel. I just want to see what your thoughts are with that. That's where we're going to kind of look at a little bit of the what are the best ways to integrate technology in the classroom. There's a few that are related to the actual technology themselves, but a lot of it is issues of education and technology and better ways to use it. Blogs, I have a blog link up on Sakai that I would like you to do, and the blogs are specifically for the technology. I just want to kind of get some feedback on what you thought of the technology itself. So for example, I have a feeling a lot of you've probably seen Nearpod at this point. If you do a lesson on Nearpod, just kind of think about it in these 2 questions. Was it easy to use? Would you use it in the classroom? Why not? This can be simply just a paragraph or 2. It will not hurt my feelings if you don't like the technology. I get no money from any of these people if you like it or not. And actually, I think that's one positive with this class, is kind of giving you an opportunity to see what you think may work and what might not work. But you do have to do a blog. So each week you can kind of think about it this way. You'll have something that's related to tech, something related to a reading and a discussion forum, and a blog. Those are the nuts and bolts of the class. Now, there are lesson plans that are due for this class. There's going to be 3, and then there's a final checklist at the end. I have not posted much on the lesson plans this week. I plan on having a video and some instructions posted next week once we kind of get situated with all the who's in the class, who's not in the class, if anyone add drops, comes in, all of that. With that being said, I will have a template, and I also don't know everyone's experience with lesson planning, depending on the courses you've had. If you've had like 370, you've probably done some lesson planning. If you haven't had 370, you may have done a little bit and know kind of objectives, standards, and things like that. That's fine. It's all a learning process. Most of the time with lesson plans, when you submit them, if there's something I think needs added, I'll probably send it back to you and ask you to do it. If you have any problems with the lesson plans, I'll say this probably 100 times in this class, but if you have any problems with the lesson plans, please just stop by my office or email me and ask the question. Lesson planning is, I don't think particularly it's hard. It's just another organizational type thing that you have to do as a teacher. So there'll be 3 lesson plans. I am going to require, and again, I'll get into this with the video and the instructions that'll be sent out next week, but the lesson plans all need to be around a central focus. And what I mean by that, if I mentioned I was a social studies teacher, each lesson plan that I was doing, I would pick a topic. My topic might be the Renaissance. The Renaissance, therefore, each lesson would show the Renaissance in some capacity. And to get in a little more better explanation without babbling, if I'm doing the Renaissance, the first lesson plan would actually have content related to maybe Michelangelo, Da Vinci, whatever. But there also needs to be an example of a type of technology in there that we've talked about. So if I'm talking about the Renaissance, my first lesson plan might be centered around using Nearpod. My second one might be related to using Edpuzzle. And my third one might be some sort of Apple TV type activity. That would be it's kind of a small unit. So we'll get into that a little more and a little more deeper explanation. But anyway, so for this class, discussion, blogs, technology, and lesson plans. Those are the 4 things that you'll be assessed on. Few things to note. Assignments are always due on the Sunday evening of the week assigned. I will have everything opened up by 9 a.m. on Monday. More than likely, I'll probably have it opened up on Sunday, but I'm going to just say 9 a.m. on Monday. If for some reason something isn't open or everything isn't open at 9 a.m. on Monday, I will make arrangements and redo expectations for due dates because I feel like I need to have it up for you no later than 9 o'clock on Monday. Sunday at 11:59 is when that week's assignments are due. If you have a problem or having some sort of tech issue over the weekend, fire me an email. We'll talk on Monday or Tuesday or whenever and see what's going on. But again, 11:59 on Sunday is when everything's due of the week it's assigned. So therefore, Monday, today, the 13th, 9 a.m. By Sunday, 11:59, you'll have to have a discussion post posted on the 19th. So pretty straightforward. And again, don't, I think just make sure you plan. On an online course, the one thing it's very easy to do is kind of wait and put things off until the very end of the week. I'm sometimes working in chunks, I think is a little better, but we all have different work styles. Also, I think you may notice I'm going to go in this week and fix them, but when it's the default on Sakai, it says Sunday at 5 p.m. for a lot of the due dates. I'm changing those to 11:59. So if you happen to log in and see something that says 5 p.m., just email me or just give it a day or two. It should be fixed to 11:59. And again, if you're having an issue, please come by my office during my office hours or just swing by to see if I'm there. Or just set up an appointment, email, do something. Please don't wait until the last minute or go crazy over any type of technology. Some things, we've all been there using some sort of tech, and sometimes it's a very simple thing that needs done. Don't make yourself miserable. Just contact me. We'll work it out very easily. And by the way, if you're interested, there's some pros and cons of technology that we'll be talking about in the near future. For this week 1 assignments, pretty simple. Of course, look at the syllabus. I already said that. But under forums is discussion 1. I want you to provide just a little bio of yourself. Mine is already posted. It will be posted when I'm recording this. I haven't posted it yet, but it will be by Monday. Do a little bio of yourself, posted under forums, and then you will be doing something with your first little simple technology type thing. You're going to be using Google's Arts and Culture. Some of you probably already did this. This was a little bit of a fad about 2 years ago, but I'll show you that here in a second. Additionally, after you post this week and you look over at the syllabus, if you have any questions or issues, please stop by or email me. I know I've said that a million times, but I just want to make sure you can do that. Please do that. But again, this week, your main thing is you just have one discussion post that you have to do. It's a little bio of yourself. I know this one may be a little shorter than if you have a reading response, and that's fine. I just kind of want to know why you're in education, what field of education you're in. Are you in a science field? Are you in elementary? Are you in your family and consumer sciences? Are you social studies, etc., etc.? Why you went into that area. And then you're going to do a little activity and kind of put a face up of yourself, and I'll show you mine here in a second, using Google Arts and Culture. I'm going to scare you on this next slide. Forgive me, but there it is. That is a picture of me. Sorry, it was over break, and my wife had me moving a lot of stuff downstairs after Christmas, but I went ahead and took the picture anyway. But just to kind of give you a breakdown of Google Arts and Culture, quick breakdown. This is a great website related to things related to if you're going to be an art teacher, social studies teacher, even science. I believe there's even a little bit of math on there if you're going to be a math teacher. And it's ways that you can integrate a little bit into it. There is a website. It's an awesome website. It has a lot of detail. What you have to do for me, though, is this. You are going to have to download the app. And I need to say this one time because I'll forget, and I didn't say it on an earlier slide. There'll be a few times I'm going to ask you to probably download apps and create accounts and such. Like, you are definitely going to need a Google account. Most of you probably already have one. I'm not going to ask you to pay any money for any of the sites, though. Like, we're going to talk about planbook.com. That's like an extra 10, 15 bucks. I am not requiring you to get that login. I may have you look at the site and maybe a video on it, but if you don't want to pay the 10 bucks, I'm not going to make you do it because that was not listed as part of something with this class. But free apps and things like that, I'm going to ask you to do because we all probably at this point have iPads, smartphones. You can take it off as soon as you're done with it. That's fine. Now, let me go back to that. Google Arts and Culture is both a website and an app. It has tons of things. You can do it, integrate it. I actually did this exercise with my social studies students when we were talking a little bit about the Renaissance and some types of humanities type things. Anyway, when you go to the discussion board and you post your little bio of yourself, you're going to take an art selfie. You need the app for this. When you download the app, you'll see it. You might have to scroll like a little bit down, but it'll say take an art selfie. You need to take a selfie with that camera, and it's going to put about 10 different famous works of art that your face kind of looks like. I guess art selfie, so to speak. That was probably my greatest match. Now, I will warn you, I had a hat on. Sometimes it looks a little different. When I don't have my glasses on, you get different ones. I don't care if you go through and you want to find one that's a little better, just to kind of give you an idea. Just a great tool, though. Students love this. I did this in a class, and we had iPads, and we had downloaded it on the iPads, and the students sit there, and they had to research about the work that their selfie or their similar self, or I guess what their face looked like from the past. That was a little bit of a mouthful. They researched who their selfie was. That's probably an easier way to say that. But take it, post it up on your discussion board. If you have trouble posting it, it's basically you can email it to yourself or save it to your phone. And if you have any issues getting it up on the discussion board, I don't care if you attach it as a file, if you embed it in the document, however you want to do it, just to kind of give a face to a name when we're talking on the discussion boards. If you really have trouble with it, just swing by and I can help you do it. That was a mouthful. Basically, check out Google's Arts and Culture, get a selfie, put it on the discussion board. If you have any issues with anything that I have just said, if I talk too fast, if I babble too much, if something is typed and doesn't make sense, fire me an email. I check it continuously. Stop by my office. Good luck. Don't be too scared about that. I think that's probably not my best picture there, but I got a pretty scary selfie to begin with. But we'll have a fun time. This is a great class. I will talk to everyone next week.